Good morning to everyone at today's public hearing of the Vetting Commission established under Law 65 on the external evaluation of judges and candidates for judges of the Supreme Court of Justice. I'm Scott Bales, the chair of the commission, and I declare this session open. The subject of today's hearing is Vladislav Gribincea, a candidate for the position of judge on the Supreme Court of Justice. Mr. Gribincea is an attorney, and he is the former president of the Legal Resource Center for Moldova. The evaluation related to Mr. Gribincea was carried out pursuant to Law Number 65 on the external evaluation of judges and candidates for judges of the Supreme Court of Justice. Mr. Gribincea, welcome. I am joined by four other commission members. Commission member Andrei Bivol is recused from this matter and thus is absent from the hearing. To my left are commission members Lavle Perling and Yuri Gatskin, and to my right are commission members Juliana Chivinini and Lillian Ansu. The commission is also assisted by members of its secretariat, and you may notice in the room there are some representatives of the media and the public. A photographer took some pictures briefly. That's now concluded. The hearing will be conducted with interpretation between Romanian and English. To allow for accurate interpretation, we ask everyone to speak clearly and slowly, and only one person should speak at a time. The proceedings are being recorded. The recordings of the Commission's public hearings generally will be available online on the Commission's website, www.vettingmd.eu, within 3 days after the hearing. I will start by briefly reviewing the evaluation process for Mr. Gribincea. The Commission initiated its evaluation on the 24th of August, 2023, by notifying Mr. Gribincea by email and asking him to complete and return an ethics questionnaire and the financial declarations required by Law Number 65. He returned the completed declarations and questionnaire on the 4th of September, 2023. As part of evaluating a subject's ethical and financial integrity, the Commission obtains information from many sources, such as the National Integrity Authority, the State Fiscal Service, the General Inspectorate of the Border Police, other public institutions, financial institutions, and open sources. The Commission assesses the information it obtains for its relevance and reliability. On the 17th of January 2024, the Commission asked Mr. Gribincea to provide additional information by January 28th to clarify certain matters. On January 18th, Mr. Gribincea asked for clarification on some of the questions. The Commission responded the next day. Mr. Gribincea, on the 28th of January, provided some answers and documents to the first rounds of questions. On February 22nd, 2024, the Commission asked Mr. Gribincea to provide additional information by February 27th to clarify certain matters. Mr. Gribincea answered the questions and submitted the requested documents by the deadline. On the 7th of March 2024, we notified Mr. Gribincea that the Commission had finalized its investigation and had not identified any areas of doubt about his compliance with the ethical and financial criteria. The Commission invited him to attend today's hearing. According to Article 22, Paragraph 3 of the Commission's rules, if the Commission, based on the information collected and reviewed, does not have doubts about the subject's compliance with the integrity criteria, it shall send the subject a written notice and set a hearing, at least 10 days after the notice, where it will ask the subject to confirm the accuracy of the information provided and to announce that, absent its receipt of new information, the Commission will adopt an evaluation report containing a proposal for promotion. Mr. Gribincea, do you wish to make any corrections or additions to the answers you have provided to the Commission's request for information?
I have nothing else to add to what I have written or provided in written before.
Are the answers that you provided to the Commission and the information that you provided in your 5-year declaration and in the ethics questionnaire that you returned on the 4th of September 2023 still accurate as of today?
As far as I know, there are no essential circumstances which would have impacted what was mentioned in the declarations that I've submitted prior.
And similarly, are the answers to your ethics questionnaire still accurate as of today?
Da.
Mr. Gribincea,
Yes, they are.
sorry. Mr. Gribincea, would you like to make a brief statement before we conclude the hearing? Do you have anything you'd like to say?
This interview, I'm convinced, has stirred the interest of many. Out of curiosity, out of other reasons, some were expecting the questions of the committee. And probably they are now disappointed. Considering these circumstances, I feel forced, kind of, to make this address, which is addressed, first of all, to the persons which will be evaluated, to the other employees from the justice system, and to the general public. There are 7 months passed since my evaluation started, and I am aware of the challenges that the committee is facing and that the committee continues to face. The expectations of society are very high. The committee was at the beginning of the process, and the procedures were not yet fully clear. And too many wanted and still want to compromise the trust we have in this committee and in the vetting process. I'm firmly declaring that I've never had any doubts at some point that my assessment, my evaluation will be conducted correctly and that the committee is not independent. And I would like to share my recognition and acknowledgement and thank all those involved in my evaluation. I can confirm that through this entire process, the committee has showed a professional, prompt and respectful attitude towards me. My evaluation was not a simple exercise for the committee. First of all, because of the large volume of information that had to be processed. This exercise has confirmed that the committee can assess a file of over 3,000 pages within 4 months, and I'm sure that within the next 2 years, the committee will manage to successfully end its mandate. The exercise cannot be a pleasant one, the vetting exercise. On the contrary, I'm convinced that the committee is aware of this and they are trying to facilitate this process for the future candidates. Through this experience, which is not a representative one, but it is a lengthy one, I can confirm that the procedures of the committee can be further improved. To the extent to which the committee will find it possible, I do hope that they will be able to add more flexibility to its procedures and exclude aspects which, according to the law, cannot be relevant for the evaluation. So, esteemed judges, due to the fact that abuses within justice were tolerated, vetting is actually a very small price to pay, which, however, we should and have to pay. It should be paid in order to regain trust in the justice system. Trust without which no true justice can exist. I assure you that vetting is not a lottery. It was mentioned in the public by some. Judges, honest judges and prosecutors, they have nothing to fear. This is just an exercise through which we can show the public that we deserve their trust. I do invite you, given the opportunity, to participate in this exercise and to attract less attention to what persons who are ill-intentioned or not sufficiently informed say. This being said, I would like to thank my family, as during this time they stood by me. It did not represent a simple exercise, but did not regret to have submitted my candidacy to it. And to the close ones, you should know that if you consider that personal data were accessed, you know whom to reach out, so me. And I would like to wish you good luck as you to move forward, and I am convinced that in the end this process will be a successful one, but it will not be only the result of your efforts, it will represent an outcome of the efforts that will follow after the vetting process for the persons who will have to show actually the results of the justice system.
Well, we then have come to the end of today's hearing. I thank Mr. Gribincea for his submissions and answers to the questions. After the hearing, the Commission will approve an evaluation report stating its conclusion whether the subject meets the criteria for ethical and financial integrity under Law Number 65. The Commission will strive to complete its report and announce its conclusion as soon as possible. It generally seeks to do so within a month after a subject's public hearing. Today's hearing is now closed. Good morning to everyone.